Oh my god, that is pretty. Still, all these crystals, it's ancient. These crystals are pretty and all, but since there's so many of them, would they not go for a steep price? Like, since anybody could just waltz down here and grab some. Like, oh yeah, crystals
The
for
toads
me.
at the observatory measured the stone with their occult devices. I fed it the core of SHAREfactory, explained Renato. No more thieving planet souls. But the core is not an unlimited energy source, said one toad. Another said, there's a feedback loop, you see, which could overload the stone. Yet the stone doesn't actually feed on souls, claimed a third, but on pain of killing another sentient being. If you can truly be at peace with yourself, it would not overload. This was all very confusing.
Yes.
And peace. Yes, the mountains were peaceful and quiet, but he now had the power to turn the tides. He should report to the Rebellion Council and prepare for the decisive battle.
I mean, the guy that just told us we need to become at peace with ourselves, we should probably meditate. Because, I mean, we've been meditating a lot, but it was just to remember past memories. That music, though, it's so comedic. I'm gonna go with my Badooty gut. At peace, yes, that almost makes sense. Because it does. For once, something didn't betray us.
From all the toad arguments, maybe the stone did not feed on blood, or souls, or rage. It fed on empathy.
Empathy?
It fed on the pain he felt when he put an end to another being's existence. Even if that other being was a raven intent on killing him. If he could find peace, then he could use the power of the iblis stone without being taken over by its evil. The mountains. He would go to the mountains. He could find peace there.
So, Renardo's been killing for a very long time. I'm pretty sure he is already used to killing, so... Like, Renardo, grow up! Or does he have to fill that for killing a raven at the same time of only killing when he needs to, maybe? I don't know, we'll find out.
Unfortunately,
Get inside of Renardo's head.
The mountains were not empty. There were ravens everywhere. No matter. He had to fight, yes, but he didn't have to be angry. Parry, dodge, slash, and breathe. Yes, focus on the rhythm, the dance of it, not on the blood or the raven's core as they died. Ah, it was working. He wasn't feeling those dark jolts of eldritch energy. He wasn't feeding the iblis stone.
Oh, that's just a far part. You know, those are very, very inspiring words. It almost, it inspires me to concentrate on my battles rather than button spamming.
He wished there were more pylons he could use the hook on. He really needed to construct additional pylons.
I mean, we be touching these pylons all over the place. How much more do you want? Jesus. And now we know the name pylons. Actually, we just got the ore, so whenever we get to the chest, I mean like the little workbench, we can make the ice sword. So that ought to be cool.
This would be the
13
perfect
ice
place
cubes
for a
too.
tic-tac-toe board.
What it? This place or the ramp? I'm confused. Oh, I do see this slow down time thing. So you finish this guy, and finish that guy. See, when you concentrate, you go a lot. It goes a longer way.
Still silent. His mind was his own, and his heart too. He bore them no ill will, these ravens. They were doing their job. They were expressing their nature. Dance, whirl, parry, jab, and breathe. It was all so simple, wasn't it? Something was missing. He didn't feel truly at peace. Wait. Wasn't this near where Calaveras lived? The sage would help him figure it all out.
Who's Calavera? Or Calavera was. Wrong button. I lost that peace within my innerness. Ooh, I can take platform, or I can take the poles. Personally, I'm gonna take the poles because Bernardo really loves these poles. As you heard him say not too long ago, he's like, "Oh my god, they need to make more."
Numb. Calaveras really didn't want company, did he?
Whoa, deja vu moment. This was back on the other little branch thing when he had his vision when the Farfar got stuck in the abyss and we went to go find it and we still had the girl captured. And we were arguing with her.
Barely landed a claw on him.
Nice! Wait, did they hit me? I don't think they did. Cause that's not bad. Alright, here we go. Go the longer way. No, wait. Can't go the long. Oh, I thought I was flying. Yeah, let's not do that again. I was flying in the air. Whoops! I didn't mean to break you, game. Just don't break me. How did I not see this chest right here?
There had to be something useful in these things, didn't there?
I mean, plenty of yummy energy and peach apple things. Looks like what's Crash Bandicoot eats. Let me on. Is Reynold? Is he secretly the same species as Crash Bandicoot? I mean, just think about it. He eats all these little fruits. He's like a fox. No, wait. Crash Bandicoot's a fox, right? Maybe? Oh, who knows anymore? Personally, Reynold is a lot more schmexy than Crash Bandicoot. Probably because he's a warrior, but like, whatever. Then again, that Crash Bandicoot's shirtless. Wait, did we ever? No, we didn't. We haven't gotten to the Ice Soul. Yeet, yeet. Oh my gosh, that opera music. Activate.
A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs. The Iblis stone, silenced by the Sky Ripper's core, had given Ronaldo enough power to challenge the Imperial fleet. But what Ronaldo was seeking was inner peace. The rebellion was on the verge of extinction. It would have to wait.
Yep, now you're talking. We have to have inner peace to be able to become a Asian samurai. To time our tact. I mean, Reynold. What's the use of him getting the inner peace if I am the controller? Oh wait, grab damage. Yeah, I forgot that's what I wanted. If I am the controller of Reynold,
At the end of the mountain path, he found the wise Calaveras in his workshop.
Is that a toad?
Do you fix souls or only artifacts? He asked the sage. Does your soul need fixing? Asked the sage. I've been killing a lot of ravens lately. He told the sage. You're a fox. Said Calaveras.
He is a fox.
Kill birds is part of your nature. You should take joy in it. I mean, I might as well worry about eating flies. Would you like a fly? It was true. That's what he had forgotten. The joy. Now he was ready for the final battle. The Farfarer cut through the clouds. The air had never felt so sweet since he was a child. There it was. The dreaded Imperial fleet. He could smell wet hemp ropes ahead, wood and tar, and ravens. Even the fleet smelled good, somehow.
It's all opinion.
He was ready.
Wow, he has peace within himself. It's awesome. And all it took was a toad with a mustache in the mountains to give him peace. And we know that Crash Bandicoot and that's Reinald are foxes. We've learned a lot on that mountain to enjoy killing birds because we're a fox, and that Crash Bandicoot is a fox. That Reinald is a
Reynardo
fox.
had it all squared away in his head.
Renardo.
He would kill the
Can't stop
Emperor.
saying Reynard.
Isengrim III had begun well, but he had gone mad. He was trying to invoke the lost gods by means of dark, blasphemous rituals. That was a secret. But the victims had spoken to Reynardo. The ghosts had spoken. No. No anger. Reynardo could not afford anger. It was empowering the crystal in his sword. That made him stronger, but it clouded his mind. He would not be a hero.
Anger, yeah,
A
right?
hero strives. Reynardo would just be one with everything.
A Buddha.
The Emperor would die, and the wheel would turn, and all would be restored without rancor, without sorrow, without pain.
Damn, Renardo, you went through some Buddhist teaching shit. You really came at peace with yourself. Inspiration to us all. And as you can see, we got the ice sword, so that's cool. But I was looking, I did kind of want to make the dark void sword because you see a lot more. You see a lot more of those gates than you do see of ice or fire. So that's the blue
Reynardo
sheet.
wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles.
Damn, Leonardo. Breaking the fourth wall somewhat. Oh, I forgot that one exploded. Ooh, that was really cool. Bruh. Take off that shield, Jesus Christ. So, I noticed.
Reynardo felt new powers ready to blossom within him, or something.
I noticed that when you do your R2 ability, only do it once. Like, only hit the R2 once within each impact of the strike. Or else you're just wasting your energy. And this is a very familiar place. This whole place is familiar. Once again, a slight budget cut because this game doesn't get recognition because nobody took interest
Take a
in it.
leap of faith, said the inscription.
And like, it's free for in December. That's probably the only reason why I'm playing it. So that gives it even less budget. So they ain't gonna fix shit. And yet it is still an amazing game. Like, if I knew it was this good, I would have bought it. I would have. Still lapped the G's and the he's. And you get a throw on you. Oh, no, you're not. You're bullshit. You're bullshitting me. Oh boy. Off the map with you. Off the map with you. Never mind, you gotta
Within your
stab
aerobics
through
traits.
the heart.
Am I right?
What did he just say? Am I right? Something about stabbing and am I right? And we don't want nothing to do. Ooh, she-sha, she-choo. Oh yeah. That's how we roll. We need to change to our fire sword. I wonder if I want to do fire sword is for damage. Then the ice sword is for freezing. So basically I'd use the ice sword if there's a lot of them, fire sword just for damage dealing. I really hope the ice sword.
It's a very cool sword, thought Reynardo.
Yeah, good job, bro.
He
Frickin'
couldn't feel his paw anymore.
hit the exploding thing. Can't even fit his paw anymore. What are you talking about, boy? No shields for you, boys. Come on, we gotta get the big guys first. Oh, you just took that lucky shot while I was doing stuff. Off the map of here. No. Off the... damn it, he needed punishment.
Sharp? Check. Pointy? Check. But the more he thought about it,
What else do
he
I
had
need?
so much more time to think about it now that he was not worrying about the battle. Killing the Emperor would not change anything. Another would take his place. Perhaps Zenobia. Perhaps the Speaker of the Rebel Council, and power would corrupt them too, and death would make grief, and grief would lead to hatred. He must lead by example. Reject the violence. Reject the desire to create violence. But how?
But how? Exactly. Kill what?
Nada had been a terror of the sandcastles when he was 2.
People hated him at the beach. So you need to kill what's making everything evil. I don't know what started this war. Maybe Latino's what started this war, and he's a giant traitor too. Bruh, you gotta take his shield off for one. And then you have to set him on fire for 2. Set this guy on fire too. There you go. We is Lebosios. Oh, some more of this. Just flying through these cannonballs. Why are they shooting randomly? I don't know. Maybe this is a battle and we're just like weaving past them. They're battling the toads. Thankfully the toads have a fox to kill the birds. Oh! So that's how we get here.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. And now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
I don't know, maybe the Emperor is afraid of death, therefore... Oh, they're very dangerous? I'll show you dangerous. You're not dangerous to me. Look at you. You're already dead. Oh, maybe not. Okay, slightly. That was... It's so good. I mean, only it doesn't get knocked out, which is like my key feature of killing them. And eat. Oh, come on. And off with you. Ooh, dodged your badonk. And you little devilish fiend, you're not gonna be a mercy damage power boosting nobody. Yeah, that's the first thing that I found was mercy when he was doing that little blue stream of damage boost. Mercy, why'd you have to teach him to do that? God damn it. Makes my life harder.
Finally, he came to the Emperor's ship. The path behind him was strewn with dead ravens. The path to enlightenment. His mistake, he realized, was trying to change the world. The world would spin and the wheel would revolve whether he strove against it or not. What he had to do
One man can change everything.
was nothing. He had attained enlightenment. He sat down, adopted a full lotus position, and began to meditate. And all around him, the warriors stopped fighting too. They knew. They could feel his enlightenment. They gave up fighting, dropped their weapons, and became his disciples.
What the fuck?
I'm just kidding. The nearest raven stabbed him with a sword and then chopped off his head. I might not have thought this through properly. Thought Renado's head as it rolled around the deck and died. Renado stared at the book. He was still alive. Again. And still only flying away from burning Ubar. Had he lived that adventure? Or only dreamt it? Had he really died? It felt so real, not like a dream at all. And he'd lost again. Oh, he hated that.
I know, right?
But
it's bullshit.
he had made different choices. And he'd lost in a different way. It was the book, wasn't it? Oracles showed you your destiny. But this was showing him different ways he could die miserably. Thanks a bunch, book, he thought.
Yeah, book.
These were destinies that he did not have to fulfill. But he'd learn another true thing. The iblis stone was evil.
Yes.
It would try to corrupt anyone who used it.
Alright, that's good to know. So were we not supposed to get the iblis stone? But that's like that's the path we had to take. Or if we go back to the Lapino past, Lapino past, then it'd take us to all that bullshit again. So we do have to get the iblis stone. I think we do have to punch it into the core. It's just we don't have to go to the mountain, because if you become enlightened Buddha person, you stop fighting and then you don't get rewarded because you feel bad for killing everything. God damn it, Ronaldo. A hero who transcends being a hero to become one with everything. I mean, that was very noble of you, Ronaldo, but you know, you keep that in your mind. Tier 3, what? We skipped 2? Shit. So, we did get a truth. That's nice. But now I need to get the cat one. So, what if... Oh, damn it. Return of the hippie. Yeah, we turned into the hippie. Alright, so I'll continue on. And I guess now we have to see if we can get the kitty cat or not. Let's see if we can get the kitty cat or not.
But that meant there must be a destiny where he survived and won.
Yes,
right?
there is one.
Otherwise, what was the point? And with that, the book's pages fluttered back once more to the beginning, and the clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose.
All the way back
The
here.
rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting
Damn
for the
it.
secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing.
Alright, first off, screw Lapino.
Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
This is a maze. Such a maze. Ronaldo, we can do this. If someone else gets the iblis stone, that'd go bad, right? But that pathway already gave us one truth. Maybe if we can get the second truth. Maybe if let's take the Sky Ripper route.